Hello, Yizhao Martins, licensed marriage and family therapist, couples therapist. So last week we talked about Tom and Jerry dynamics. It's also called the classic withdrawer pursuer couples dynamic. We talk about how it gets played out in an ADHD impacted relationship and how it makes them vulnerable to infidelity or transgression. So what happens if the pursuing partner start to get exhausted, burned out, and withdraw as well? So they stop reaching out to their partner for connection, for physical contact, or stop wanting to collaborate on household chores or co-parenting projects out of frustration and pure exhaustion. And there's another type of what we call conflict avoidant couples. They also show up as this withdrawal dynamic, but their presentation is slightly different. So those are couples that are so uncomfortable in exposing themselves and talking about how they feel, how they think, and what their desire in life to their partner, because they're so afraid of having conflict with their partner and fate. So neurologically, they don't really deal well with conflicts and the intense sensations in the body. So they tend to throw everything under the rug, and they are good husband and good wife, good partners, and tend to please their partner, or they please each other, and they never really fight. So is that helpful to prevent an infidelity or transgression when couples don't fight? You probably know the answer already. Not really. So let's first look at the burnt out pursuer dynamic. So generally speaking, in an ADHD impacted relationship, the ADHD partner tend to be the one that's under functioning, and they tend to withdraw. They tend to avoid because they're afraid that they're not living up to the standard of their partner, or they're too ashamed of themselves, where they don't want to deal with certain tasks. It's too intense and repetitive or overwhelming for them. And their partner tend to be the one that we call over-functioning, trying to catch up all these things that the ADHD partner couldn't do in different area of their relationship, from romantic department to co-parenting to task planning, to say dealing with tasks. And those partners tend to be the one that reaching out more, wanting connection, initiate projects, and they burned out. When they burned out, and they may withdraw as well, they just decide to throw their hands into the air and say, I give up. I don't want to do more. I'm too tired. I gotta take care of myself now. So that's one of the situation when one partner and both partners actually start to turn away from each other and withdraw. On rare occasions, it does happen that the ADHD partner can also show up with the preoccupied, anxious attachment style in the particular dynamic, and they tend to be the one that pursue their partner, wanting more connection, wanting to spend time, wanting emotional connection and more sex, and collaborating together in different projects. So in that dynamic, when their partner is more the avoidant attached partner, it can also happen that both of them turn away from each other at some point. The ADHD partner give up on the pursuing, and then they withdraw. So it doesn't matter that who is pursuing, who is withdrawing, or both partners are withdrawing this point. They're coming to a stalemate when they're disconnecting, when they cannot share what's important in their relationship, in their lives, that when the withdrawing partner is getting too comfortable in their pseudo-secure little island, that they are taking care of their needs and they start to operate on like a parallel lanes instead of having their life cross over. So that is when they're actually quite vulnerable to any external stimulation or allurances because they can't get a connection, that desire in the relationship. On the other hand, the conflict avoidant couples are just equally vulnerable to infidelity or transgression. So this is when you see a couple that's been together for a long time. They could be high school sweethearts and been married for 20, 30, even 40 years. And they're the model couple in their friends group or in their community because they never fight. And they're such a nice couple that they work with each other. They always show up very cheerfully and they help other people, right? And they're the center stage of some of their community, doing a lot of volunteer work. But they are so uncomfortable to be vulnerable and to show their parts of who they truly are to their partner. And because they learned early on that they don't know how to talk about their differences. And maybe it's best they never get to that page of their life. So they will always be easy, the relationship, and comfortable and peaceful. But that's the exterior facade, right? And deep inside, they tend to be the partner who's really afraid to tell their partner what they really want. And they shy away from questions like, what do I really want in bed? That actually is not comfortable for me. I really prefer this kind of food or doing this activity over that. And they never get to show their partner what they really desire. And they do not feel comfortable to have that level of connection with a partner in some way. So they're living parallel lives, and you can see sometimes when affair shows up in relationship like that, it's very sudden and surprising to the other partner and to the community, to their friends group, that how come they're so nice and they're such a nice couple, they never fight and they're so respectful to each other. I cannot imagine how can they go so far to be intimate with somebody else and cheat on their partner. Well, it's not surprising at all. Everyone has the desire to be seen, to be heard, to be understood, to be accepted, and to be cared for. So, but when one learns to cover themselves up with protection shields of not showing who you are and being a yes man or yes woman, just agree to everything to maintain this perfect image of I am agreeable, I'm peaceful. They are not really allowing anybody to come into their heart and have that deep, satisfying intimacy that people desire. So you may say those partners have ambivalence. One part of them really desire to be known and seen, but maybe they had some past experience of being hurt that they learned to wrap themselves with shields to protect their heart. And so show up as this part that no, I don't want to be hurt again anymore. So it's better to maintain this image than truly showing who I am to you. And so when affairs, infidelity happens, it's a shock of the system, and you can imagine the impact on their partner. So now we talked about different dynamics. We talked about parent-child dynamics, one up, one down, fixer and identified patient. We talk about pursuer, withdrawer. We talk about mutually withdraw, double-avoidant dynamics. So which of those dynamics sounds true to you? Like which kind of a dynamic, relationship dynamics that you are in or you're trying not to be in? So next time, I'm going to summarize all those factors that can make you vulnerable to infidelity and transgression. The internal factors, we call intrapsychic, and the interpersonal dynamics. And then also we look at a larger environment that can have influence on couples. Then I will give you a couple tips as for how to strengthen those we call protective factors, those factors, those elements in your life that can strengthen your relationship to make you infidelity proof. So until next time, thank you for viewing.